Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Reviewers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we are going to look at the Age of Apocalypse campaign box hero cards, but not the villain cards. Why is that, Dirk?
Because I do not like to know who the villains are before I play them. I really like the surprise that comes with finding them out in the middle of a game.
So I will do a follow-up videos on my own, going over the villain and the encounter cards. But for today, we are going to look at the hero cards. So I thought this was going to be an X Factor release, but it is not. It's more X-Men and X-Force cards. So that's cool. So one of our heroes is Bishop. So his alter ego is Lucas Bishop. He's got a recovery of 4. He's a mutant with a temporal. He's temporally displaced. As a response, after you change to this form, add a temporal card in your discard pile to your hand.
Okay. All right, so then his his hero side, Bishop, is a 2 thwart, 2 attack, 1 defense, temporal X-Men. He has energy absorption, so that's a response after he takes any amount of damage from an attack. Discard an equal number of cards from the top of your deck. Oh, wow, he likes to mill his own deck. Okay. Add each resource card discarded this way to your hand. Does he play with extra resources? Okay.
Speaking
There
of,
we go.
So here's a signature resource, stored energy, which produces an energy and a strength.
Ooh, these can come in handy. Okay, then we have his first ally here. His signature ally is Malcolm, who is 3 cost, 1 thwart, 2 attack. He's also temporal, an X-Men. And as an action, you can discard a resource card from your hand to ready him. If that card had a printed strength icon, he heals a damage. So there's a use for that card already.
And he has a second signature ally, Randall. 3 cost, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points, temporal X-Men. Discard a resource card from your hand, ready Randall. If that card has a printed energy icon, heal 1 damage from Randall.
Ooh, so I like this. He gets to heal his allies, and they don't do like a lot of times you'll see that where they take 2 and then they heal one of them. They can just heal outright and stay out for a while. So that's pretty good.
And you could Voltron these guys.
I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole Voltron strategy.
Okay, go ahead. You want to read this one?
Okay, so here we've got a 2 cost upgrade. It's Bishop's Rifle. It's a temporal weapon. This one has the restricted keyword, so you're limited on how many of these restricted items you can play. But he's got, as an attack, you can exhaust Bishop's Rifle and choose an enemy to deal 1 damage to that enemy. And for each resource card in your hand, this attack gains ranged. So for each resource it gains range?
No, deal 1 damage to that enemy for each
Oh,
resource.
okay. Wow, I guess punctuation helps. Okay, and it's ranged.
Okay, and then we have Bishop's Uniform, 2 cost upgrade. Response after resolve Bishop's energy absorption, which is when he defends. Ability, exhaust Bishop's Uniform, heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource card in your hand. So you could conceivably negate the attack that you just took. If you get enough resource cards.
Okay.
So he loves resource cards.
Okay, then we have a 0 cost upgrade, the Supercharge. It's a superpower. As an action, discard a resource card from your hand to place 1 charge counter here for each resource icon on that card. So the dual resources earlier definitely help. As a hero interrupt, when you make a basic attack, discard Supercharge, and you get +2 attack for this attack for each charge counter to a maximum of +8 attack. So he can take 4 charge counters. Oh, that one's nice.
Yeah, let's throw it with shawarma.
Yeah.
Concussive Blast, 3 cost event. It's an attack superpower, hero action attack. Deals 6 damage to an enemy if you paid for that event with a resource card, ready Bishop.
Okay. Okay, then we have here we have Cable now as an ally in this set. So he's a 4 cost, 2 thwart, 3 attack with 2 consequential. After Cable thwarts and defeats a side scheme, draw a card. So here's Cable playing with the side schemes again, although it's not player specific in this case.
And then we have X-23 as an ally. 3 cost, 1 thwart, 3 attack, 3 hit points. Response. She's X-Force. Response. After X-23 attacks and defeats an enemy, ready her.
Okay. Legion. We are Legion. Okay, so Legion is a 3 cost ally with 1 thwart and 1 attack. He's a psionic X-Men. He's got a response that after he uses a basic power, discard the top card of your deck. If that card's a printed resource, card's printed resources are energy, he deals 2 damage to an enemy. If they're mental, he removes 2 threat from a scheme, and it does not limit which scheme you can do. That's important. And if it's strength, he heals 2 damage from Legion. So this one definitely feels like this one's kind of aimed a little bit more toward Psylocke.
And then we have Morrow, a 2 cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 2 hit points. Play only if you have the X-Force or X-Men trait. After Morrow enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy.
Okay. We have the Advanced Suit, which is a 0 cost upgrade. It is an armor item. You can attach it to an X-Force or X-Man ally, max 1 per ally. So as a response, after the attached ally defeats a minion or side scheme, discard 1 card from your hand. Heal 1 damage from the attached ally for each resource on that card. So there's another way to keep allies around a little bit longer.
Continuing with that Voltron idea.
Yeah.
Sidekick. 1 cost upgrade. Attached to an identity-specific ally you control, max 1 per deck. Attached ally gets +2 hit points and is your sidekick, in quotes. Response. After you make a basic recovery, heal 2 damage from attached ally. So I can already see this with signature allies like Captain Marvel from Spider-Woman's deck, or Vivian from Vision's deck. Those would be a couple that could be good sidekicks.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and since it's leadership, I mean, there's all kinds of sidekick material in leaderships. Here we have Side by Side, which is a 2 cost event. It's a hero action. You ready your sidekick. So we're playing with sidekicks still. And then if you ready your sidekick, and then you get to ready your hero and choose one. Heal a damage from both characters, or they both get +1 thwart and +1 attack until the end of the phase. So, like, give Quicksilver a sidekick.
Yeah.
There
Well,
you
yeah.
go.
Well, it's going to be Scarlet Witch in that case, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then the second hero we have is Ileana Rasputin, 3 recovery, mutant mystic. So we get to play with the mystic cards again. Interrupt. When you change to hero form, choose a spell in your discard pile and put it on top of your deck. Limit once per phase.
Okay, and so her hero side is Magic, and Magic thwarts for 1, attacks for 2, and defends for 2. She's a Mystic and an X-Men. And you play with the top card of your deck face up, so you always get to know what that card is at all times. So kind of nurse one of my favorite allies a little bit. I really like Atlas Bear, who kind of gets to do the same thing, but, you know, this is still, you know, it's just a better way to do it then. And then once per phase, you may play the top card of your deck as if it were in your hand, reducing its cost by 1. So you not only get to know what it is, but you can play it for cheaper.
It's kind of got a Harvey Walters from Arkham kind of feel.
Yeah.
All right, Limbo. 1 support. It's a dimension, so it's a new keyword. Response. After the villain phase begins, exhaust Limbo. Swap a card in your hand with the top card of your deck. Action. Exhaust Limbo. Swap a card in your hand with the top card of your deck. So you can do it during the hero phase, but if you don't, if you don't do it during the villain phase, then you have to. No, it's not a forced response. So you could choose to. So you have the option of doing it in the villain phase, and if you don't, then you can do it in the hero phase. It appears.
Okay. So we have a 2-cost upgrade here. It's Magic's Crown. It's an item. It gives her steady, so that's nice. While the top card of your deck has a mental or a wild resource icon, she gets +1 thwart.
And then she's got mystical armor, which is a 1-cost upgrade. Magic gains retaliate. While the top card of your deck is an energy or wild resource, Magic gets +1 defense. So there's the defense version of that other card.
Okay, she also has the Soul Sword, which is again a 1-cost upgrade. It's a weapon. It is restricted, which I'm starting to see that more. It feels like we're seeing that more and more now. But Magic's base attack gains piercing. And while the top card of your deck has either a strength or a wild resource icon, she gets +1 attack.
Kind of got a little Psylocke feel there, a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. Although she's not discarding them, she's actually playing them cheaper. So.
Then she's got a Stepping Disc, 1-cost event. Superpower, hero action, ready your hero, choose a Magic card in your discard pile not named Stepping Disc, so she probably has more than one, and put it on top of your deck.
Okay, next we have Scrying. It's a 0-cost event. It's a spell, so now we're getting down to the spells. So as an action, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, draw 1, discard 1, and put 1 back on top of your deck. Okay, so you can control which card goes on top of your deck there. That's nice.
And of course, we got her brother, Piotr, Colossus. 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. He's an X-Men. Comes in with toughness. When an enemy attacks you, play Colossus from your hand, paying his resource costs, and declare him the defender without exhausting him. So it's kind of got a little Pip the Troll kind of action going.
Ooh, yeah, but that being able to come out without exhausting, that's
right.
Nice.
And you could, he loses the toughness, but he would still be able to thwart or attack on the turn you play him, which is always nice. I mean, a lot of times when I play allies with toughness, I don't activate them the first time because I don't want to lose the toughness to consequential damage.
And you play him in leadership, you can get a little bit of recursion going on there, keep him around for a few turns as a blocker.
Could he be a Maria replacement for you?
I don't know about that. Yeah, you're asking a lot there. Okay, then we have Gold Balls. He's a 3-cost ally here. He's a 1 thwart, 1 attack. He's an X-Men. As an interrupt, when Gold Balls attacks, discard up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. He gets +X attack for this, +X attack for this attack, where X is the number of cards discarded this way. So so you can just determine, by how many cards you're discarding what he's getting there. So so you can kind of scale him a little bit.
Nice way to finish off a minion or something. Then we have Tempest, who's a 2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. Play only if your identity has the X-Men trait. Interrupt. When the villain would scheme, discard Tempest, cancel that activation, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. So that's good against high schemer villains, but I don't know, it seems kind of spendy for...
Yeah, it seems really risky if it's somebody who swings big.
Yeah. Against Rhino, he doesn't scheme it. I don't think it's worth it, but some of the villains that can hit hard or scheme hard, that would be a nice way to negate it.
Okay, then we have Blood Rage here. It's a 1-cost upgrade. Condition, max 1 per player. As a response, after you defeat an enemy with a basic attack, you can exhaust Blood Rage and take 1 damage to draw a card. So, let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on. Go look at that one again?
Sure.
After you defeat an enemy. Okay, so I was thinking this one might be really fun with Spider-Ham. But
yeah,
he would be pretty fun with Spider-Ham, but you'd have to play with your build a little bit so that you're using your basic more often there.
Yeah. Oh, you get a tune counter and draw a card. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. We have full body charge, 4-cost event, an attack. Hero action, deal 8 damage to an enemy. If your hero's remaining hit points is less than half your hero's starting hit points, that attack gains overkill. This would be really good. This is pretty good. Yeah, overkill if you're when you're low in health.
Well, what I'm kind of looking at is the cost of that. That's an 8 plus a 4 cost. I've got some aggression decks that would be fun, and you can do 12 damage with that thing.
Right, with that home technique
Yeah.
card. Yeah, with home technique that would do 12 damage.
12 damage with overkill if your health is down there.
All right, we have a 1 cost upgrade. Test the defense. Max 1 per player. Response: after you play an attack event, place 1 test counter here. If there are at least 5 test counters here, discard this card and deal 5 damage to an enemy. That's pretty good. A nice way to build up some damage.
Yeah, kind of save it up for when you need it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Captain Marvel's energy field, in a way.
Yeah, and I like that. So it's not taking up room in your deck either, so you can have it out there for when you need it.
All right.
So then we've got a 0 cost upgrade. It's the Blood Gem. It's an item. Play only if your identity has the Mystic trait. Max 1 per deck. So not 1 per player, 1 per deck. So it's a resource. You exhaust Blood Gem and it take 2 damage to generate a wild resource. So, okay, so it's a little bit of a pain resource, but still, it's a wild resource on a stick.
Yeah, now maybe Doctor Strange can actually be a playable character, right?
Yeah. Oh, because he was so unplayable before.
All right. Then we have a basic spell, 2 cost event. Play only if your identity has the Mystic trait. Hero action. Choose 1. Heal 3 damage from an identity. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Deal 3 damage to an enemy.
Okay, this might be my favorite card name from the set.
Because it's so basic?
Because it is a basic spell.
Yep. And it's got some good versatility, too.
It does. No, it does. It does look like it's a pretty good card.
All right. So I need you to look away from the screen for a second because I'm going to show something on the.
Okay, should I leave the room?
No.
Okay, I'll turn away.
Just so you don't look, because I want to do one more thing, but I don't want to make sure that no villain cards pop up.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what you're doing.
All right. Yeah, you would have saw some villain cards. Okay. Go ahead. So, one of the fun things is, they brought back the silhouettes. So these are the 4 heroes that haven't been announced yet. I think the third one here is probably Nightcrawler because you can see the pointed ears. And
I don't see a tail anywhere, though.
Well, yeah, but he's sitting.
Well, yeah, because of the way he's sitting, it's kind of hard to see it.
I don't see this. The trench coat and the cell phone kind of screams Jubilee, but I mean, I haven't read Marvel comics in quite a while, probably since like the 90s. So I don't remember ever having a hairdo like that.
Yeah, if it's Jubilee, it's a Jubilee with a haircut I haven't seen her in.
This guy here on the right might be Havoc, maybe?
That's Plastic Man.
Yeah, wrong universe. I don't know if this is like Multiple Man or something, maybe. Maybe. That would be fun. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that is Age of Apocalypse. It's coming March, according to Asmodee's webpage right now. It's March 29th, but, that is subject to change. But we do have to wait 4 months. But next week we get X-23 and Deadpool, so that should be fun.
New aspects to play with, or
a new aspect.
Half an aspect. Because I don't think they're going to have a lot of cards to it, honestly.
Yeah, but instead of 4 aspects in a basic, we'll have 4 3/4 of an aspect in a basic, then, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what some of these cards are. I haven't looked at any previews on it yet, so.
All right, well, anyways, that is the Age of Apocalypse preview article that dropped as a recording. We're recording November 3rd, and it came out on November 2nd. So, yeah. All right. Anyways, please like and subscribe. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.